Finally, the big day has arrived. This was going to be my first race. Yes, I was nervous, I didn't know what to expect, but I just came in with all high hopes and trying to have the best time possible. Of course, my main objective today was to finish the race. First and foremost, I just wanted to finish the race and see how the experience of doing a race felt like. Now, of course, that also means I also get to bring my own bike to my first ever race. So here it is in all its glory, number 392. As for me, well, while I wait for my race to start, how about I just sit here, relax, and enjoy the pro race while everything happens right in front of me. Well, this race is a really good race, I have to say. I also have to take care of myself. And one important thing that I have to do before my big race, I have to stretch. So why not watch the race and take a little time to stretch? You know what? I think that's a good idea. One more thing, every rider must also have their own fan club, and I am not the exception. So, here she is, world's #1 fan, who also happens to be my wife. Alright, now onto the race.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And here is the race start from the point of view of the world's #1 fan.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Driving! There they go.
Good job, Chris. Go, Karen! Got it!
Driving! You got this!
Not bad for a race start. Before I go into describing my whole race experience, what I learned, what were my objectives, and what I need to improve, of course, there are two things that I want to discuss first, because one of them I kind of knew it was going to happen, and the second one, I won't say it was much of an issue because perhaps it was me and the fact that because English is my secondary language, perhaps I could have understood something else, but I'm still going to mention. Anyways, first one. I knew that usually in the category that I race, which is the rookie category, there are these people that are way too good for the category, for the beginner category, which are the sandbaggers. They are supposed to be in category 2, but unfortunately they decide to, no, we're just gonna run in category 3 and just waltz the whole field, and this is something that race organizers have been trying to kind of push them to get into category B because that's where they need to be in terms of the race pace that they have, but for some reason they decide to run in category C or category 3, which they're not supposed to be there, but some people are just there for the trophies and they just want to suck the fun out of it. But for me, I didn't care. I was there to just have fun, and this was my first race, and whatever the pace was, it is what it is, and I just need to get better. Let's put it that way. And the second one was, and again, I'm giving these people the benefit of the doubt. At some point during the race, 2 riders were going to overtake me, and I had some experiences with riders overtaking me here and there, and they always tell me, can I pass on the left, can I pass on the right, whenever you have a chance, can I pass? But these riders, and again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, they yelled at me what I understood was the word medic. Now, if I hear the word medic, of course I'm going to move because I think more of an emergency more than anything else. And when I pulled over and these 2 riders just went by me, and I was like, okay, so I heard medic, why were they saying that? I didn't think that was very sportsmanlike. But again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because I was really fatigued, of course. English is not my primary language, and perhaps I could have misunderstood something. I'm just gonna leave it there because it could have been something of a misunderstanding from my part, but that's something I'm gonna keep in mind. If I hear it again, then I'm not gonna be perhaps that polite if some riders pull this off again. And this is something really serious because if we think about it, we're talking, if it was a real emergency, there's gonna come a point that if that thing is misused constantly, riders are not gonna respect it, and the day that the real emergency arrives, then guess what? Nobody's going to move. Now, onto some of the things that I learned during my race. Number 1, I need to get in better shape. Definitely, this was a very tough race for me, considering it was the first race. Yes, I didn't have that high of an expectation for this race, but I could feel it. In fact, you can see the beats per minute, and I think it never went below 180 as soon as I started doing the first uphill. And I felt really exhausted during the whole race, but somehow I just kept going, and I just never gave up. Number 2, when it comes to downhills, yes, I have improved a lot. Not so long ago on this race course, I did had a very nasty fall that I went over the bars, and I landed on my face, and now I have a scar right in my upper lip that I'm gonna wear forever. So that is something that I have definitely improved a lot, and that is something that I definitely will be carrying forward as these races go along. How much of an improvement I made? Well, you can see right here that I'm going on a decently fast pace, and I was catching up to a rider that overtook me not so long ago during one of the uphills. So I was making a lot of time here. I felt really confident, even though I was exhausted, but I felt like I was doing a really good job during these downhills, to the point that, as you can see here, right after this switchback, he just stopped. He recognized that I was right behind him, and he just let me go. Unfortunately, this wasn't gonna last that long, as you will see right here. This is a section that I've always nailed, and as I go down here, there's a log here that I jumped, and I landed front heavy, almost went over the bars, and the good news is that I didn't fail. The bad news is that I dropped the chain, and I had to stop to pretty much get that chain back in place because, well, I wasn't going anywhere. And that is something that cost me a lot of time. You can see right there, the rider just went by, and well, I had to stop there and check what was going on. In fact, even a rock got stuck in between the chain, and I had to almost play with it. You can see that I was really losing massive amounts of time. And then to make matters worse, since I have had 2x system, well, I had it on the smallest sprocket on the rear and on the biggest chainring, so it was really hard to pedal and get going again. Definitely some lost time there, but I was able to get going, and here we are almost at the end of the first lap. I really had to take these flat sections and any downhill to just catch a break here. I didn't want to push anything. I wasn't really gonna make any positions here and there, so if anybody wanted to overtake me, well, go ahead. I was doing my own pace. I just wanted to finish the race. Another thing that I was trying to get into this race, trying to finish the race in under 1 hour, and I noticed that when I did this course, I did it on a different bike on a demo day, and I was able to do it in like 26-27 minutes, one lap. So I wanted to see with this bike if that was possible, and I was able to do the whole race in under 1 hour. So that kind of showed me it's not really the bike that really makes you faster. It's the shape and form that you are in. Well, I had to take a bit of water from world's #1 fan, of course. Yes, I have some sports drink with me, but anything that can help me, well, I just took it. And I was still really exhausted no matter how hard I pushed. I was still really exhausted, and here I am coming back onto the race course again. And now you will see the second mistake that I made here. The exhaustion was really going into me, and I said that I was doing really good on the downhills. Yes, I was doing really good on the downhills, but unfortunately, I don't know exactly what happened in here, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, it had to be fatigue. You will see right here, as soon as I start right after this tree, I think it is, I start turning left, and boom, the bike just slid right under me. I don't know exactly what happened. Perhaps it was I went way too far to the right and I went into the leaves, but I was really exhausted, and I think I wasn't really paying that much attention. I wasn't able to keep the bike under control, and unfortunately I just slipped there. Fortunately, it was just a bruise in my thigh and my shoulder, nothing else. I was just able to keep going, and well, I was able to fortunately finish the race. Yeah, I had a couple of bruises here and there, but hey, you know what? That is part of the fun. And as we go here towards the end of the race, you will see that I am approaching the side that I almost went over the bars during the first lap, and I do remember that there is a spot that you don't need to take the log itself. So I decided, as you can see here, I just went around it. I decided not to risk it. I just wanted to finish the race safely. I didn't want to get hurt any more than I was, and since I was exhausted, well, it was about finishing the race. And here I am coming into the start finish line. Finally, after 2 grueling laps, I was able to finish the race. Now the question is, was I able to finish this race in under 1 hour? Well, we'll see once we go past the start finish line. You will see the clock. It will say around 58 minutes 35 seconds. So that was another objective that, well, I wasn't really pursuing it. You know what? I'm going to take it. I was able to finish the race in under 1 hour, and then to make it even better, from my category C, I didn't even finish last. From 15 riders, I finished in 13th place. Yes, it's 13th, but hey, I'll take it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.